Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today we're going to dive into the 30B changes. They're going to fly by quick. So they are changing the 105 shell speed, and then it's going to talk about the battles and the win rate. And here's their little average graph that I don't agree with. As long as the graph aligns with how the win rate averages on the tank is how they determine whether it needs to be balanced or not. I'm sure they look at other things, but I mean, I'm not going to put money on it because we all know that balancing is questionable. But it is cool that they're going to take a more active approach on balancing. And I thought I had a 30B game that I could queue up for you guys, but apparently I either deleted it, used it, or never saved it. And instead, I decided to take this Wizard 132-1 game because, to me, this is the saddest Tier 10 scout in the game. Its gun would be okay if the accuracy or gun handling was a little bit better or reload was better. It kind of feels like the UDES is whereas like you really want to like the tank, but it just doesn't perform competitively. Now, I know there are some people that use it and do a good job in it, but to me, if you're going to pick a Tier 10 scout, this would probably be the last one that you need to take. Not to mention the Tier 9 scout on this line, I think is probably the worst scout tier for tier in the game. But it's been a while since I played some other scouts, so I could be a little biased on that. So for this battle, I wasn't recording at the time, but then afterwards I decided to clip it and just kind of talk about some scouting tactics. Now in this game on highway, if you're on the right side, I feel like the field is no longer valid unless your whole team pushes it, just because they start in the field, so there's no real way to be able to get into flanking positions on the A line. You're going to be out in the open. You're going to get sniped by their team. Now, if your whole team pushes, then sure, go ahead. But I've died too many times trying to spot the field, and my team just either falls back or dies, and then I'm left there to defend by myself. So usually my goal is to provide intel and cover for my team, but hopefully they win city, and then I help win city and then push back up to defend the base from the bridge, because that hill on the bridge is really good. In this game, I decided to flank their artillery since they gave me a hole and destroy their arty. And now as a scout, this is generally like a suicide scout role here. However, if you can get all the arty killed, I feel like it's actually good for your team, because not only do you kill the artillery that can hit your teammates without being able to get spotted, but generally there's a few people that come back to defend the artillery, so you're taking their guns out of the game as well. And I labeled this as Goose Chase because, as you'll notice, I will take a couple of these guys on a wild goose chase, and rather than go fight my team, they just follow a scout all around the map and they do nothing. So I pretty much gave up all my health to kill their artillery. And we're going to take a look to see where they're actually at here. Alright, so now we jump to the Conqueror Tier 9 heavy tank, and he was headed towards city, but he decides that he needs to help his artillery with this scout, so he's going to turn around along with the tank destroyer and follow me around the map, which is quite hilarious. Now, I know I flew through those stats on the 30B, so feel free to go back, pause them, read through them. Otherwise, it's just clipped information that I got off of the website. But yeah, they're adding accuracy, or I'm sorry, they're adding penetration to the 30B along with the 30 AMX 30 Tier 9 French medium, which is kind of nice. They took away the penetration and the shell velocity of the 30B, so it's nice to know that they're putting some penetration back on it. And they said that it just wasn't getting as much damage as most Tier 10 mediums. They didn't put it back to where it originally was, but they did add some penetration to it, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit more competitive again. I do really miss the shell velocity, and I could have dealt with the bad penetration if they gave me the shell velocity back, because the shell velocity is what really helped you deal with scouts in that tank, and that's just really hard to do without shell velocity. And to me, in a tier medium, especially a squishy one that has good mobility, is supposed to be a scout killer in my eyes, but with no shell velocity, it makes it difficult to kill tier 10 scouts. Alright, so we are just going to keep slipping away. I know a Conqueror is following me. I'm a one-shot for him. Down in the comments, feel free to comment on like tanks you'd like to see nerfed or buffed. Try not to get obvious ones in there. Obvious ones, like the Death Star, or the Ship Barn, or Artillery. Come up with creative ones. Maybe suggest what you'd like to see get done to them. Like maybe you're a T-Light driver. You don't think it's fast enough, so it needs a speed buff. Or T-57 heavy player. It needs an armor buff. I'm just kidding. Those two are obviously not necessary. Alright, so it's a somewhat boring game to watch, but the tactic itself is kind of what I wanted to show. Now, do I promote Sua Scouting? No, I don't. The thing is here that's different than Sua Scouting is I didn't just rush in right away to kill Artie. I did make some loops to get the vision out, and once their team was generally spotted, I found a hole and I pushed back to kill their artillery. Now I risk running into like the E100 that likes to sit by Artie, but I figured that'd be a risk I could take, especially with 3 Artie in the game. That means there's actually only 12 real tanks in the game on each team. So it was a risky move, but it paid off. And look who's the last one alive, the Conqueror that's been chasing me the whole game. We're going to get to endgame and take a look, see what he did. He was almost to the choke, and then he decided that he needed to come back and fight the scout that pretty much had his artillery already dead. Which makes no sense. You take the Conqueror's gun out of the choke, and it's pretty tragic. So we shut him down. We actually have a nice game in the Wizard 132-1. Out of all my tier 10 scouts, I just struggle in this one the most. I feel like it's close. It just does not get to that little edge where my other tier 10 lights can get to. So we get a first class in there. Take a look. Looks like he got 1,000 damage and a kill. Am I looking at the right one? I don't know what he killed, but looks like he got a kill. Alright, I'll quit babbling. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know also, not only like tanks that you want to see buffed or nerfed, but do you want me to go in more detail? Do you want me to spend a little bit more time on that? Or do you just want to focus on the game that I want to focus or that I'm showing? Let me know, because I'm not sure what you guys want to see. Yeah, but I'll quit babbling. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.